Pathmark is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmark qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmark to your website and site gigs. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmark.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Kyle Grace from Munn Enterprises, marketing sales representative there with them. How are you doing today, Kyle?
Doing good, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking, Kyle. And well, Kyle, I'm sure our listeners are tuning in, wondering what Munn Enterprises is all about. So in your own words, tell us a little bit more.
So I kind of had a hard time narrowing this one down. So a broad stroke, we manufacture and install any type of physical advertising. That's anything from, billboards. We do channel letters. We do video boards. We do multiple things. So as long as it's physical advertising, that's what we get our hands into.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. And so that way our listeners who are tuned in could get a good understanding there of Munn Enterprises. Then what would you say is that key problem that you guys like to solve for clients?
So typically clients that come to us would be either a new business or a pre-existing business. The new businesses are looking for their first bit of physical advertising, like a sign. They don't have any signage yet. So we help them. It kind of helps with traffic flow. We could go physically and, digitally. We go down the road, try to find something to eat. Well, you're probably going to go right past the company that doesn't have a sign because you don't know what they're about. And so we kind of amplify that brand space. We make it more visible.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Then is there a certain vertical segment, ICP that you guys like to go for?
So our top clients that we try to work with most is petroleum and gas stations. We do a lot of retail. We do a lot of food companies. And recently we have been doing a lot of athletics for different schools, whether that's college, high school. But I would say the top two would probably be petroleum and probably the athletics.
Definitely. Okay, perfect. And so then so how would somebody like say if I was in the petroleum or athletics business, how would I usually find out about Munn Enterprises? Is there a top client acquisition channel for you guys?
So we've actually, since I've started at Munn Enterprises, we've tried a couple different strategies. At first it was mainly referral and word of mouth because Munn is one of the most prominent sign shops in this region. But we've started to really vamp up our social media over the course of the past 7 months. And through that, been trying to get positive reviews to kind of increase SEO. And so right now we're trying to make people like me who went into this not really know much about the manufacturing industry. We're trying to make it accessible, like kind of breaking down the buzzwords and making it where somebody who's not in this industry is like, oh, I understand exactly what an awning is. So we're trying to make it to where we open up that gate a little bit.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Great to hear that then. And so that way our listeners who are tuned in can go ahead and visit you, Kyle, and Munn Enterprises. They can always check you guys out at munnenterprises.com. What role then does the website play for client acquisition?
So we're currently building a new website, and we're just gonna kind of optimize what we already have right now. It's supposed to be kind of like an encyclopedia of everything that we do, because like I said earlier, the manufacturing world it's a beast, and a lot of people aren't entirely sure, like, well, I don't know if I need an awning. I don't know if I need this or that. So our website is supposed to make it easy for the viewer to navigate. Okay, this is exactly what I need for my physical advertising.
Okay, all right, interesting. So then, is there any tools or tips or methods that you would recommend to our listeners as far as some website lead generation?
Honestly, simplicity is key. I think we all can agree, like in 2024, especially with like the rise of TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, if we haven't found out what we're looking for within the first few seconds, we kind of not give up, but we're ready to move on. So I think going forward, we're trying to make sure that our website, our landing page is sleek, easy to navigate, and it's very apparent. Like, if you're looking for this, it's right here. Click, and then it tells you everything you need to know from that next click.
Hey, already interesting take there. And so let's switch gears a little bit then, and let's talk about you as a leader there, the marketing sales representative there for Munn Enterprises. What are some key tasks you like to focus on your day-to-day work?
So, we didn't have a ton of content whenever I came in, so I kind of took up the reins of creating more social media content. So when I came in, I wanted to make sure that people can see the jobs that we have done. Also, try to inform the users and across the social media platforms. Okay, what do we do in the shop? What's going on at Munn Enterprises? How are we getting from point A to point B? Point A being us manufacturing the sign, point B being installing your sign. So my tasks usually include creating content, editing the content, and I guess also circling back with old customers to make sure, hey, what's some testimonials that you may have? What are some things that we did right? What are some things we did wrong? So I like to kind of see myself as the middleman between Munn Enterprises and any and every customer that we've had or could have.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. Great to hear that. So in your time then, how do you like to stay up to date with all the news in the marketing world as far as trends, strategies, news? Is there a preferred channel that you like to go with?
Yeah, so I actually started before I started at Munn Enterprises. I had kind of gotten introduced to HubSpot, and HubSpot has helped me out a lot because I'm fresh out of college. There's still just so much I have to learn, and they've made a lot of things easy just to make sure I'm hitting these checklists, understanding like what's up to date. But honestly, once I found Pathmark, I started kind of digging in there a little bit, and I think I'm about to start hitting it pretty 50-50. I like that you guys try to keep everybody up to date with what you're doing, what the rest of the marketing world is doing. I think that's awesome.
Definitely appreciate that for that plug there, Kyle. And well, let's jump then into our next section here then, Kyle, which is our rapid fire question rounds. Are you ready for that?
Let's see. I hope so.
All right, perfect. Then the first off thing, Kyle, is what is the last book that you read?
All the way through would be Dune. I read Dune recently, but what I'm reading now is How to Lead. I'm not in charge.
All right, Kyle. And if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
Honestly, and this may be out there and I just haven't found it yet, a portable and high-speed server, something that I could just take around with me wherever I go, so I can stay connected with the people that I work with and move files, all that kind of stuff.
Definitely. All right, interesting. Next up then is, if there's one repetitive task that you could automate, what would that be?
Basically, whenever I'm creating content, and this kind of ties into the no bounds of technology, I wish that I could just, as soon as I take a picture, as soon as I take a video, it just boom, immediately sends right to my computer. I wish that it could just automatically like take all the bad videos, throw it out, and give me my top 5 best ones. But that's a perfect world, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, we never know, right? At one point,
That's right.
we'll see something the way technology is. Awesome. And well, lastly, then, Kyle, I mean, you know, there is some short experience in marketing, but what would be that one thing that you would recommend yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer?
I tell myself to not try to reinvent the wheel. You know, I think I've been given a lot of amazing tools with the internet, with social media. It keeps me up to date. So instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, try to put the most modern parts that keep the wheel spinning.
Perfect. Awesome. I love that. And well, we are coming to the end of the show here today, Kyle. But before we do end, I do want to give you the last word. Say someone forgets everything about the interview today. What is that one thing they should remember about Munn Enterprises?
We just want to make sure that no matter what kind of company you are, no matter who you are, we want to take your brand, we want to amplify it, we want to make it cut above, you know, the rest of the crowd. We want you to stand out. And that's what we're here for. It's to help somebody stand out.
Definitely. That's really nice to hear. And well, to our listeners, you can always check them out at munnenterprises.com. And well, Kyle, thank you so much for being with us today. And to our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm looking forward to our next episode at Path Munn Presents. Thanks a lot, Kyle.
Thank you.